That lit easily. Ooh, get the little fan going. The little fan is drawing the air through the boiler, through the tubes, so it's drawing fresh air in underneath the fire. It doesn't sound very good there, does it? So yesterday when I was raising steam on the engine, the fan that I use for raising steam started making a terrible grinding, rattling noise, and I thought that the fan itself had come loose on the motor spindle. It hadn't. It was actually the motor bearing that had failed. You can see where it's been rubbing on the side of the casing there. Anyway, I eventually had to stop and get up steam a different way, but the plan was to rebuild the fan so that it works properly now. So the first thing that happened was that the bearing in the front of the motor had actually failed, and I think that was caused because it's getting too hot, because the fan was close coupled onto the motor and the motor was getting hot and everything. So I think the oil in the bearing had failed. So I made a new bearing. You can see that in the end there. So I turned that up out of a piece of leaded phosphor bronze. So that's ideal bearing material. So the biggest problem was getting the motor to pieces, getting all the crimped part of the back of the motor off to get it to pieces. Anyway, that is now done. And so now the plan is to make an extension to the motor shaft so that the fan is not close coupled to it, and I can then mount the motor away from the casing of the fan to keep it a bit cooler. So this is the bearing that came out of the motor, and you can see that it is completely, utterly worn out. Luckily the motor shaft was hardly damaged. Anyway, that's the new one on the motor, and I can now test it. And when I first started it was a bit tight. I suppose it's better to have it a bit tight than too loose, and it was drawing nearly 4 amps from the battery charger to power it. Now it's down about 1 amp. So we now have a satisfactory motor. And the next trick is to make the extension shaft that holds the fan away from the motor, and so the motor will be mounted away from the whole of the fan casing. This isn't the original motor that was on the fan. This came from a defunct Makita cordless drill. It's an excellent motor, and I haven't got any more, so that's why I've bothered to repair it. So this is the little extension shaft I've made. So the old version of the fan had some grub screws that nipped onto the motor shaft, and they're a bit of a pain because they do come loose. So what I've done this time is I've made a slightly longer shaft that'll go through, and a little 5BA nut can hold the fan on there. That'll be much more successful, and it'll also hold it running true rather than the grub screw that has to try and push it off centre. And the other end I've reamed an 1/8 inch hole for the motor shaft, and now I've got to work out how to attach that to the motor shaft. I'm actually tempted just to Loctite it on because that'll run nice and true, but I shall probably put a thread in there and put a little grub screw in just to hold it on that way, and then I can get it off if I need to. So that's now got the fan on its little extension shaft with a nut holding it on. There's a bit of Loctite in there too. But the first problem is that the fan really doesn't run very true. So it's going to vibrate horribly. So I'm just going to try to tweak it straight. I think it's probably the fan that's bent rather than anything else. I'll see if I can just tweak that straight. So I've just bent the fan a little bit, so that now runs true. That is plenty good enough, and it's an awful lot better than it ever was when it was new, I think. So that's the fan running quite smoothly on the extension shaft, but it's not perfectly balanced. I think you would not expect it to be perfectly balanced, probably. And it sounds okay now, but if I touch it onto a bit of metal, just touch the motor onto the bit of the metal, it's clearly quite a long way out of balance. So my next trick is to work out how to balance it a little bit. So to try to work out the out of balance problem, it's difficult to cut bits off the thing to balance it, and it's difficult to add things on the outside. So I've put a bit of blue tack, and it's just different sizes in different positions around the fan, and this is pretty good at the moment. So now I know that weight on that side counteracts the out of balance. So what I've got to do is I've got to take a bit of weight off the other side is the plan, and that will then hopefully make it quite nicely balanced. But a little demonstration as it is, that is hardly vibrating at all now. So all I can do now is take a little bit of weight off the other side of the fan and see if I can get it really nice. Well, it's really surprising how much metal I had to remove from the opposite side from where the bit of blue tack was, and now it runs really quite nicely. There's almost no vibration in my fingers from that at all. It might seem strange that I've taken almost all the weight and done the balancing on the front disc there rather than the one further in, but my logic behind that was that this outer part here was probably the most furthest from running true because all the blades are probably slightly bent. So anyway, we regard that as a success. So now what I need to do is make the two little pillars that screw into the motor there to support the motor onto the housing of the fan. So that's now the improved steam raising blower. The main improvement is that the motor is now held away from the hot fan casing on these little stanchions. So that's the fan back on its tube, ready to take all the gases out of the shed when I have the next steam up, and it runs nice and smoothly now. Bye bye for now.